What I was told by the organizers, we have to start with the gastrointestinal disorders and its Ayurvedic management. So for 45 to 50 minutes, I will be taking you to a tour of gastrointestinal disorders and best possible medicines which I had learned with. So let's see, we'll start up with the anatomy and physiology part, which we need to know. So GIT starts from mouth and ends till anus. So we have so many things to see about, right from mouth, esophagus, liver, stomach, pancreas, intestines, large intestines, small intestines. There are various glands which we have to understand. So these all will be making the functionalities and workings of the GIT smoothly. So any thing which is going to impact will be causing us into bringing us into this particular zone of gastrointestinal disorders. So you all are aware of the anatomy and physiology. So just brushing up with the Ayurvedic aspects, doshas that we need to understand while starting with Ayurvedic aspects is Sama Vata, Pachak Pitta, Kledak Kapha and Bodhak Kapha. These are the doshas which are associated directly to GIT or gastrointestinal disorders. From the dhatus, it might be Rasadhatu, Raktadhatu, Majjadhatu. Similarly, in the Strotas part, there will be Annava Strotas, Ambuva Strotas, Rasava Strotas, Raktava Strotas, Majjava Strotas. In Mala also, you have to think of Purisha and Mutra when it comes to GIT disorders. Agni again, Jaఠaragni, Rasadhatu Agni, and Raktadhatu Agni. So you all might be confused with the name of Majjadhatu or Majjava Strotas in GIT. So there is a direct connection if we remember our old school days, first year BMS, Ya eva Pittadhara Kala, Sa eva Majjadhara Kala. So Majja Dhatu or Majjadhara Kala is originated into the Pittadhara Kala, which is again a Grahani, what we are all known of, and we'll see in the upcoming slides how it is going to be directly related to. So even for the neurological disorders, GIT plays a very important role. So we have to work out on that as well. And similarly, Purish is directly associated with gastrointestinal disorders, but Mutra, again taking back to Kriya Sharir first year BMS, we had gone through Mutrava Strotas, Mutra Utpatti Shlok we all remember. पक्वाशय गतास्तत्र नाड्य मूत्र वस्तु तर्पयन्ति सदा मूत्रम सरित सागरम यथा. So utpatti of mutra according to Ayurveda is taking place in Pakvashay, which again be a part of our intestinal tract. It's coming way close to it, but they might take some decades to reach to actual theory. We'll wait for them by the time we have our own things ready. So we'll see. So just this is an Ayurvedic anatomy and physiology which you will have to brush it up. Hope you had not sold out your books from BMS. So just go home and brush it up once the session is over. So you will be getting more clearer pictures. So gastrointestinal disorders includes conditions like constipation, IBS, colitis, nutritional disorders, hemorrhoids, anorectal disorders like fissures, abscesses, fistulas, then again liver disorders, diverticular disease, colon polyps and cancers. I just want to clear you few things that these gastrointestinal disorders needs to be classified into two formats. First is the structural deformities and second is the functional deformities. So structural deformities comes mostly with the diseases like anorectal diseases, piles, fistulas, again colon polyps and diverticular diseases where mostly surgical interventions are needed. We had a session few days back on anorectal issues. So sir had explained very well in that particular concept. So I will use more of the slides to cover the other parts like functional deformities like constipation and IBS is one of the most commonest thing that we come across with gastrointestinal disorders which are functionally affected, where we can see structural anatomy is not differed much, but there are some issues with the functionalities which causes the diseases. Again, the reasons might be many like diet, what we eat, then again stress levels, or what is our day-to-day lifestyles that are going to affect into the functionalities. So we'll see disease wise, but let me clear you one thing, that all these things most of the times are prevented or minimized by maintaining the healthy lifestyles. Practicing good bowel habits and having good food and diet habits will surely help you to work out with such kind of conditions. So Ayurvedic concept regarding digestive disorders. Yeah, we all are aware that digestive disorders are directly related to food we eat. So again, the first question, what we have to ask our patients is, the food that we are eating, is it healthy? The person eating the food, it has to be healthy if we want to keep an healthy lifestyle and to avoid any kind of disorder, not just gastrointestinal disorders, but any kind of disorders. So what we prescribe to patient mostly is fruits, vegetables, grains, etc., or even with milk and milk products, or we can go for good cooked home cooked foods and recipes. But I will take few minutes on these particular slides before moving to actual diseases and their treatments, because this again is one of so huge topic that diet itself will require one more session, or I would say a series of lectures. I will request coordinators to make some good series on this, because last month in DY Patil School of Ayurveda, we had gone with an international webinar with Ahar Avlokanam, where we had almost 36 hours of sessions with eminent speaker around the globes, and so many aspects of diet were explained with them with so much variations, that there are so much untouched foods, things that we are yet not aware of. The fruits and vegetables we prescribe to patients to have some healthy food, but organic food is now trending nowadays, where less amount or no amount of chemicals are used for harvesting and farming purposes, so that increases the cost of food products. But again, availability is an issue, where it is available, what are the economical status of that particular things we have to consider. Milk and milk product is again one of the factor. When we ask everyone which milk is good as per Ayurveda, if everybody is awake, can anybody answer to me? If you are prescribing milk to your patient, what milk are you going to advise? Anyone will like to take it? No negatives, obviously.
Cow's milk.
Cow's milk, yeah. So perfect. But my first question is always easy. Second one is why? That is bit tougher one. Can anybody tell me why we are prescribing more on cow's milk? Why we are emphasizing on cow's milk? Okay, so let me answer it straight away. It, just remember that the Granthas were written in the era of Charak, Sushrut, Vagbata, where the peoples used to reside into the villages with lots of cattle and animals around. So they used to have their own cows and buffaloes and sheep and goats, etc., with them. So harvesting the food and using these particular products was an homely thing. And even in those days, cows were having a mortality. They were having Charvanshil property. They used to travel from their home to the periphery of the villages to eat the foods and grasses. Even they used to go in the jungles, and in the evening time they used to come back. And because of the chalaguna of Vata, the milk compared to buffalo's milk was lagu. Whereas comparing to the buffalo's milk, it was guru in nature because of the sedentary lifestyles of buffaloes. You had seen buffaloes sitting in a muddy areas, like we had seen म्हशींना आपण पाण्यामध्ये डबक्यांमध्ये बसलेलं बघतो. So this was the reason. The concept of guru and laguta in the milk was because of the charanshil property of the cows. But is the condition same today? How many of us are actually getting the cow's milk or buffalo's milk from the stables? तबेल्यातून आपल्यापर्यंत येतो का? It depends. तबेले से आता है या नहीं पता नहीं. And even if it is coming, we have the pasteurized milk, toned milk, creamy milk, fat removed milk, so many aspects of the pasteurized milk. And even if we are going for that tabela milk, we had seen there is a row of cows, and besides there is a row of buffaloes. So cows also nowadays are not having that charansin property. So it depends about the laguta and guruta. But again, the spectrum will become so much vast that it will be very difficult to cover the GIT disorders and diet itself. So that's why I said it will require some time for us to work out on those principles. Coming to the cooked food and recipes, nowadays we are guinea pigs for our mothers and sisters who are cooking, or our even wives at time, who are cooking at home, looking at to the YouTube bloggers. There are various bloggers like Sanjeev Kapoor, Vikas Khanna, and again Madhura's Kitchen and Recipes. They are experimenting with so many food products, and recipes that almost in an once in a blue moon we are having that testing and turning of the recipes, and we are trying at our home what is soothing, what is the staple food we are not aware of. In the morning sessions we are having South Indian idlis and vadas for our breakfast together, and there are parathas in the noon for our lunch, and there might be chole kulche or dal chawal, rajma chawal in the dinner. So that again we are going from north to south, and there are so many variations in foods and recipes. So that has to be considered when we are prescribing some medications or going for a conclusion of a disease. So what I just want to conclude is there has to be a proper thought process when you are prescribing the medicines and you are going to prescribe the food to a person. And that's where I would say when diet is wrong, medicine is of no use. When diet is correct, medicine is not needed at all, is what Ayurveda says. And so does this Hippocrates tells us that let food be the medicine and medicine be the food for us. So coming to the disease part, let's start up with the disease conditions. I still have almost 30-40 minutes, so we'll try to cover most of the things. First disease that comes to my mind when I start with gastrointestinal disorders is ajirna or indigestion, what we are all aware of. So ajirna is again when the person comes to you with the conditions of ajirna or indigestion, what the WH questions that you need to ask about the food that he consumes is what is the food you are eating, where what are the timings of the meal when you are eating the food, where are you eating, are you eating in your crowded buses, trains, locals, etc., or moving in car or something, or at your workplaces or at your home, how is the environment around. So Ashtavid Ahar Vidhi Visheshayatana we had all gone through, so that will play an important role. And again, how much is the quantity of food, even that will play an important role. Enjoying a popcorn, watching a movie gives you very good impact, no doubt, even if the popcorns are not that healthier enough. But again, eating a very nicely cooked food in a rush because there is a boss calling me for a presentation or give to some deadlines, or there are teachers who are forcing students to go for the assignments, etc. So even a good food can become bad and can cause an adverse effect if not consumed in a proper way. And that will lead to the conditions like acidity, distended abdomens, or Adma Natop that we call discomfort, headache, pain in abdomen. And again, there is a mrityu is told to be an upadrav in ajirna as mentioned in Ayurveda. Now, this was something very shocking to me because ajirna is thing which I can see in every next patient sitting to me or every next person sitting to me. Every second or third person I might face is suffering from ajirna. Somebody might be having an acidity, blurps, or khatte dakar aa rahe, jalan ho rahi hai. There might be somebody who is having a distended abdomen and gases problems might be troubling. So why the hell there has to be a mrityu? This was something not clicking to me. When I discussed the same thing with my teachers, mentors, and my colleagues, they told when we studied the disease as ajirna and compared modern medicine with it. So everyone, I will ask one question: where will you search for Rudrog in Ayurveda or heart attack, myocardial infarction? So most of us go home and open the Rudrog Adhyay, and there is nothing which is directly similar to cardiac arrest or myocardial infarctions or heart attack to be called in a local language. But I would ask all those scholars or all you peoples to just go home and click on your internet with signs of myocardial infarctions or symptoms of myocardial infarctions. You will get a list, and then go home and open the books of Ajirna and Pittaj Grani. The same symptoms are seen in Ajirna as well as in Pittaj Grani as well as in MI, myocardial infarction. And then that's what tells me what was the point of view of Ayurvedic acharyas when they quoted a particular sentence or a disease or even a word which has so much depth in it. So myocardial infarction is obviously a fatal condition, and that can be associated with even the indigestion part, and which is again can be explained with our nervous system, where we know that vagus nerve is a common nerve which is going to connect our heart as well as my stomach. And that's why we can see heartburn conditions in the indigestion or acidic patients with amla pitta, and same is seen with the patients with myocardial infarctions. So that's where a mrityu can be an upadrava avastha in a ajirna patient if left untreated. So acidity, coming to our first topic, acidity is excessive acid production in the stomach causing heartburn and acid reflexes. Excess HCl acid in stomach can be due to stress and spicy food. So this is what we see when it comes to acidity and amla pitta. So Ayurvedic management for here, what we can use is choice of medicines can be Suta Shekhar Ras, Kamduda Ras, Praval Panchamrut 125 mg is again one of the classical medications that can be used. I just want to tell you when to use Sud Shekhar, when to use Kamduda, when to use Praval Panchamrut plays very important role. We all are aware of the gunas of Pitta, right? Pittam, Sasneham, Tikshnam, Ushnam, Lagu, Vistram, Saram, Dravam. So these are few qualities of Pitta. So when Pitta is Udirit or in a Prakop Avastha because of Ushna Gur, the choice of medicine can be Sud Shekhar Ras. But when there is Drava Gunatmak Pitta Vruddhi, we have to use Kamaduda or Praval Panchamrut because Jala Mahabhut is Pradhan over there, and Parthivatva of the Sudha Vargas like Shankha, Shauktik, Kapardik, which is used in these medications, will help to neutralize the impact of Pitta, and that will give you more better effect. No doubt, whatever of the three you use in Amla Pitta will surely give a result, but just the minor change can make your dosing bit less, make the person get relieved bit faster, and that particular narrow gap will make you a good doctor as per the patient. So that's where you can consider these things. Again, Pachak Churna, Hingvashtak Churna or Bhaskar Lavan Churna 5 grams before meal is very important. That can help to cover the indigestions. Shankhavati and Vyoshadivati before food, 1 BD can help you. Sudha Varga, like as I said, Shankha Shauktik, Kapardik, Praval, these can be used, or Godanti Basma with 500 mg with Gogrita is again one of the classical medicine which can be given early in the morning, empty stomach. Bhunimbadi Kada and Pathyadi Kada both are available in a powder form as well as in a syrup base. So I would prefer to use the powdered medicine and make freshly kadas every day. The very easiest way to make a kada is take a spoon of powder, 1 spoon powder, say of 2 to 5 grams, and boil it with 2 cups of water for 5 minutes. Let it get reduced to half of its quantity. Just stir it and drink it. Filter it and consume it lukewarm. That is one of the best mode of actions as it is giving you best what we can say results and fast acting results. Syrup Sheet Sudha by Dudh Papeshwar is again one of the very good medications which immediately help to relieve the heartburn etc. conditions. So it has Vasa in it, and that is also one of the good medications. Pancha karmas like Laghu Aman, Mrudu Virechan, Basti of Tiktak Shir Basti can be performed at our OPD levels. That also gives us very impactful results, and that too very quickly acting. Laghu Aman with say help of 1 or 2 liters of milk or Ikshurus can be very helpful. Just go Akantapan with these particular medications and then just give any emetics like Madanfal or any available as per your need, and you can give an instant Laghu Aman. So 1 or 2 sittings and with normal cold lukewarm water at the end, and again giving the emetics will give a complete bowel wash, and the residual pitta which is causing some impact like itching and burning sensations, regurgitations, that will help us. Mrudu Virechan in the form of milk and manukas, kishmish, black kishmish we can use. Bastis like Tiktak Shir Basti with Guduchi Siddhak Shir Bastis, that can help. Pathya again plays a very important role. No need to speak much on this. Spicy diet should be avoided. Timing should be regular. That can be shared with you. I will share a paper with this Samanya Pathya what we used to follow in our clinics, that I will be sharing with you. You can go through it for most of the diseases. Next comes constipation. So constipation is generally defined as infrequent and or unsatisfactory defecation. fewer than 3 times per week. So just what I want to tell you with this sentence, that if somebody is having a unsatisfactory defecation once in a blue moon, or some because of some reasons once in a week, that can't be labeled as constipation. It has to be occurring a recurring one. And patients may be defining constipation as passing hard stool or straining or incomplete or painful defecations. But let me tell you, constipation is just a symptom, it is not a disease. So don't rush to that particular conclusion too much. So keep it as it is, go for a root cause, find out what it is, treat the root cause accordingly. And there need to be some symptomatic medications that I will be sharing in next slide. But constipation has many and many undiagnosed diseases, sign of undiagnosed diseases. So the key lies in finding out the root cause of constipation. Here is a, you can go through a chart, Bristol stool chart, right from severe constipation to severe diarrhea. There are various stages in 6 to 7 steps. You can see type 1, type 2, likewise type 7. So separate and hard lumps, or lumpy and saucy likes, or there might be a smooth and soft snake like is a normal thing. Again, soft blobs with clear cut edges. Anybody can get this one. Just type down the Bristol stool chart, go through it properly, ask the patients about the motions, and you can come to a conclusion what it is and what kind it is, severe, mild, or it has some particular instinct. Ayurvedic management of constipation or Malavrut, you can give Rechak Yog, like syrup Abhayarishta or Abhayamrut by Baidyanath is also one of the very potent medicines which can be easily given to a patient. 5 to 10 ml HS with lukewarm water gives you very good results in the initial stage. Powders like Triphala Churna, Avipattikar Churna, Dhauti Yog in 5 to 10 grams with lukewarm water, or even Abhayarishta or Abhayamrut at night HS will be helping you. If somebody is having a severe constipation and having very hard stools, so you can try out with Ichavedi Ras and Abhayadi Modak. But just remember, these are some strong and potent medications with Jaipal is its content. So there has to be very precautiously used. Ichavedi can give you severe crampings, and there might be increased peristaltic movements which can cause some discomfort in abdomen in the later stage. And more amount of water you sip, the more amount of their passing of urea stool will be taking place, and it will be very liquid motions will be taking place. If patient feels very drowsy and dehydrated, you can simply go for its antidote, that is lime water. So a glass of water with a half of lemon and just drink it, and it is an antidote of Jaipal. So you can use it, and it will immediately stop the counter impact of Ichavedi Ras. So keep that antidotes ready. Hot fermentation, seed baths, tub baths, that will surely help you. Just ask a patient to sit in a small tub with warm water in it. That will make some gases pass away, and that will help him. Bastis like medicated enemas like Matra Bastis or Anuvasan Bastis and Nirua Bastis will play an important role. Even a Vartikalpana will be very helpful. Just any kind of oil that you have at your home, which can be dipped in a oil. And
मस्त बटन बंद करून दे.
hello, yeah. So that can be a Vartikalpana can be an option over here that can be used, where you can make a Varti of a cotton and insert it into an anal canal. That will help you for peristaltic movements and reduce the pain. Pathyas will again play an important role. Uh, Milk and gruth in our day-to-day diet can be helping us. Isabgol husk will be important. For 5 to 10 grams of Isabgol husk with milk will play an important role. Gandharva Haritaki, Eranda Sneha. Yesterday, even Sir told about Eranda Sneha, one of the very good medication that we had seen right from pediatric to geriatric age groups. It will be helping us. For gases, you can go for Ajmodadi Churna or Methi seeds, Methi Dane, Haridra and Sharkara. This can be given in a form of home medications that will also help us to reduce the constipation, and symptomly you can relieve symptom wise. And then, as I said, you have to find out the root cause, so that will help us to treat the disease and avoid the relapse. Coming to the next topic, that is IBS. So one of the most talked about deceased of GIT. So nobody can end the session without speaking of IBS. That can be sharp stomach pains and cramps, stomach gases and bloatings, Adman and atop, altering diarrheas and constipation, mucus in stool, feeling of nausea after eating, rectal bleeding, abdominal pain that progresses or occurs at night, and weight loss. These are some of the classical signs of IBS. So we can see of that. Uh, Coming to Ayurvedic aspects, we can correlate it with Grahani. That is Annam Munchayati Pachayati Vivechayati. This is the function of Grahani that we all are aware of. Whatever food that we eat, grinding it, mixing it properly, making it digestible, and then Sar Kitta Vibhajan takes place in Grahani so that the Sar Bhag is absorbed and Kitta Bhag is forwarded for defecation. So Annam Munchayati Pachayati Vivechayati. This is the classical function of a Grahani, and if that is hampered, you will be seeing conditions like Aruchi, Praseka, Hastapad, Shotha, Trushna, Jwar Prachiti at times, Adman and Atop, as I said, distension of abdomen, body ache, Mukha Vairasya, there is no taste. Then Udardaha, there is heat sensation or burning sensation in abdomen, Kantadaha, Balaksha is there, Alasya, you feel very drowsy enough. Urodaha, there is a burning chest, heartburns can be seen. Urashul, there might be pain in chest and abdomen, and there are so many conditions, the complaints that you can find out. Just I want to tell you, when there is Muhur Dravatva, it is related to Atisara. Mur Baddhatva, you have to think of Pravahika. And one thing that you can see in every patient of Grahani, either in Purvarup Avastha or in a Upadrav state, that is sweating. Sweating is seen in such kind of patients post their bathing or food intake or defecations. There is a sweating. If such kind of symptoms patient tells you, just remember this can be a case of Grahani. So you have to think of it before going for it or any conclusion of a diagnosis. Think of Grahani as it is. So Ayurvedic management of Grahani, Takratu Grahani Doshat Grahi Lagav Karayat, one of the known shlok which we had gone through in Ayurveda. Takra is very, very important in treating Grahani. But here I want to get you clarified that no market products of Takra are advised for such conditions or Anupans. You have to make a fresh Takra, and that is very easy thing, right? Dahi we have to bring it from any market or at home. You have to get dahi, add water, and thus you have to churn it. So the liquid that is coming up, that you have to take it as a takra, and dadhi mastu or takra that we say. You can use it with various combinations of medications like amlaki, etc. That is very helpful. Coming to the treatment part with medications, Grahani Kapatic Ras is one of again very good medications. 125 or 250 mg tablet TDS can help you. Parpati Kalpana, again a classical medication for Grahani as per Ayurveda. You can go with Suvarna Parpati, Panchamrut Parpati, etc. Lot of pharmacies are making these Parpatis nowadays. Arogyavardhini Ras 1 TDS in 250 milligrams will surely help you. Kanak Sundar Ras with Kutaj Arishta, Mustadi Pachan Churna in Jwar Rog Adhikar is again one of the classical medication that we can use. Suta Shekhar Ras, Shankha Vasma, Rakta Pachak Churna, and Rasaraj Ras and Tapyadi Loha. This is one of the tested medication formulation which you can use with either Kankasa or any Asavaristas or Takra itself. That will give you a magical result. If you have to restrict yourself with one medication, surely you can use Sut Shekhar Ras, Shankha Basma, then Rakta Pachak, that is Kalingaka, Patolasya Patram, Katukrohini, that you can use 3 drugs, and Rasaraj Ras and Tapyadi Loha. So this can be used with Kanakasav or even a Takra twice a day. You can use this medication. Again with Panchakarma procedures like Pichha Basti can be used. Shirodhara and Takradhara can play a magical results. Hardly 20 minutes you will be needing at your setup. Just you might be going for a salines or medications, injectables. Same way you can have a small setup with Takradhara or Shirodhara at your OPD levels, and you can surely see a magical results. We have to just make Shirodhara. In fact, Amlaki Churna has to be applied at the forehead, and you can give Shirodhara or Takradhara. That will help you. Divya Jal Basti, a plain water enemas can help you at times. And Deepa Yantra, I will speak about this later. Deep Yantra, that is तांब्या लावणं आपण जे म्हणतो. So that is one of the magical medications that can help you again 5 to 10 minutes of a procedure at OPD level, but surely make a very big impact when you are treating the patients. We'll explain it as it will be coming again in Atisar. So at that time, I will explain you the procedure of Deepa Yantra as well. Pittaj Grani, I just want to make a special consideration for Pittaj Grani, as I had told you, it is directly associated with the conditions like MI from modern medication. So here, if patient comes with Pittaj Grani, you can go for a classical medications like Suvarna Parpati, Yogendra Ras, Indrayav, Kutaj, Shunti, Dhataki, Ativisha and Rasanjan in Samapraman. You can give this with Anupan of Tandulodak and Madhu. So this is one of the classical medications. You can go for 21 days and take a follow-up. You will see so many complaints have been reduced. Along with Shankha Basma and Kapardik Basma can be given in the morning sessions without having any food, that is nil by mouth. And Guduchi Siddhak Shir Bastis will be very crucial in such conditions of Pittaj Grani. 7 to 14 Guduchik Shir Bastis will very impactful for the patient. When we have any grani and manas hetus, that are psychological factors, we can use Jatamausi Fand, Pimpli Mool Prakshepa, and we can use Unmad Gajakesri 250 mg with Tulsi Swaras, because there are so many psychological factors which are triggering IBS or grani. So in a condition of excess stress, or what we can say anxiety, insomnia, these can trigger the disease. So just to compensate these, we can use Jatamasi Fant and Unmad Gajakesri. Panchagavya Ghrut can be used on a longer run, so that can help us to treat the Grani, Pittaj Grani Avastha. Coming to the next topic, that is Udarshul. So शुष्क आहार सेवन, कृमी.
बाबा झोपले तर कशाला घालतो, झोपू दे ना त्याला, जा अभ्यास कर, जा पप्पाला अभ्यास दाखव जा.
डॉक्टर स्वप्नाल कार्य
रोज जेवतो, रोज करायचं.
So sorry for the disturbance. This can be an post-lunch phenomena. So Udarshul, what we were speaking of. So no need to have Udarshul for such descriptions. शुष्क का आहार सेवन, क्रीमीज, रक्तज प्रवाहिका, आर्तव विकृति, that are menstrual issues in females, gulma, antravrodh, so that are obstructive pathologies, amla pitta, severe constipation, ashmaris, might be mutrashmari or pittashmari, excessive alcohol consumptions, food poisonings, yakrut vikar, vrukka vikar, arbuda, grahani, traumas, or so many other complaints, diseases where we have Udarshul. So some of the favorite questions of teachers can be, what are the differential diagnoses of Udarshul or Jwara? So we as a student used to hate this question, but mark my words, this is a boon for us in Ayurveda, because we have so many variations, and we can, if we can find out the root cause, it is a magic that can be done within few days, or even one particular day is enough to treat certain conditions. So let's come to the treatment part. Ayurvedic management of Udarshul. For any disease, you have to find the root cause, see that the complaint the patient saying to us is a symptom of a disease or it is a disease as a whole. So coming to Udarshul, I don't know whether the Udarshul is a disease or it is a symptom of any or particular disease. So one medication that we had used for years and years, that is Udarshul Har Yog by respected Jamadagni sir, which consists of Kokilaksha Shar, Shankha Basma, then Shuddha Hingu and Bhimseni Kapur, which you can give this in a Samapraman, mix it in a Samapraman and use it with Kankasa. 80 to 90% conditions of Udarshul have been solved with this one medication. So it is very magical drug which you can keep it with you, and this is a very minute dose. Hardly it comes with 50 mg or 75 mg of the drug, or hardly 250 mg of the combination will be used. so much is a minute quantity. We have to give it पुडी बांधूनच पेशंटला द्यायला लागते, otherwise the doses might be changing. But this can relieve from 80 to 90% of udarshul, no matter what the cause is. For other rest to 10 to 20%, we have to find out some complications and we have to treat it to get the 100% results. But for rest of the things, this is a magical drug you can note down with. Digestion related disorders, and if you are having a udarshul, you can use koshtadi churna with warm water, which again consists of koshtha, vidanga, saindav, lodra, devdar and ativisha, all easily available drugs in market. You can keep it stored with you and give it to a patient. Even 100 gram will be sufficient enough for almost 15 to 20 days, and one BD dose is more than enough of say 5 grams of powder daily. So this will help us a lot. Next comes appendix related issues, and if there is udarshul, we can use jalokaucharan, and Sachara-Adhiquat or Varuna-Adhiquat can be given. If there is Ashmari-Janya udarshul, we have to use the medicines like Pashan Bhed or Badar Churna or the Shmulquat, and Dhanvantar Tel Basti can play a very vital role in curing the udarshul related to Ashmari. And when I'm saying this Ashmari, it has to be Mutra Ashmari. If it is Pitta Ashmari, we have to use Dagdi Badar Churna with Kankasa, or even Jahan Mora Pishti can play a very important role. So that is also one of the classical medicines which we can use for Pitta Ashmari, and if we are having udarshul as a sign and symptom. Amla Pitta Janya udarshul, we can use Shankha Basma and Nag Basma orally, and we can use Guduchik Shir Basti that can help us relieve the udarshul. Food poisoning, and there is udarshul, we can go for Lagu Aman, that is a gastric wash, followed by Suvarna Soot Shekhar Ras as a sublingual chatan. So you can give these two medications and we can save patient's life in an emergency conditions. Even the modern science go for gastric lavage, so they push out the normal salines with RT tubes and Riles tubes, etc. And then they go for a stomach wash. So same thing we can do, or they might have worked out with this gastric wash in the form of Lagu Aman. Pottis Kalpana, Tiktakshir Bastis, Falamula Virechan, and again a Deepa Yantra here we can see that can play a very important role. So Deepa Yantra is basically nothing but what we can say, you have to lie a patient in a supine position, and we have to take small what we can say vessel or utensil, Vati आपण जी म्हणतो ती, put some rice in it and then a camphor over there. Put it exactly on a navel region of a patient, and then just put तांब्या ज्याला आपण म्हणतो, so put it from the upper end from the patient, and just after burning the camphor, apply the utensil. You will find that vacuum is created and it gets stuck up to the stomach or abdomen of a patient. Just leave it for 10 to 15 or 20 counts and then immediately release it slowly, and then do it thrice. So repeating it 3 times will help the interabdominal things to get it in a proper sequence and gives us immediate relief. So this gives us immediate relief. So this is one of the very good medication that we can try. So next comes to diarrhea or atisar, which we had seen. The diarrhea is when you pass loose or watery stool. The patient is passing loose or watery stool. Mostly it is a waterborne disease or contaminated food infections can cause such kind of disorders. Ayurveda also says Gudena Bahudrava Saradam Atisaram. Find out whether it is Sam Atisar or Niram Atisar first before starting any line of treatment. Because as per Ayurveda, Langan has to be, Stamban has to be avoided in Samatisar, or else if we are doing Stamban in Samatisar, we are going to increase the pain of patient and condition might get more and more worsen. So to avoid Stamban, we have to see for the Sam and Niram Avastha. So classical books have the answers. So in some patients diarrhea is mild and goes away in few days, in other people's it may last longer. So diarrhea can make you feel weak and dehydrated if it is lasting for longer period, and diarrhea in babies and children can be a very serious issue. But yesterday Amit sir had spoke a very good part with it, so I will be skipping up the details of that, so you already have a brief on it. So we can't just let it go in any condition, right from pediatric to geriatric population. So management, again, Ayurvedic management of Atisar can be very properly used for old age patients. We can use Shunthi, Musta, Ativisha, Bilva, Dhanyak and Ushir. This in form of freshly prepared kadas is very useful in Ayurvedic management. Give it for 5 to 7 days and you will see magical results. Healthy adults, and now that doesn't mean that patient will be suffering from diarrhea for 5 to 7 days. No, patient might get relief even at immediate first day or either in 2 or 3 days, but we have to complete the dosage of 5 to 7 days depending on the age, weight and other factors, so you can decide the amount. Healthy adults, we have to use Pimpli, Vacha, Shunti, Ushira, Musta, Dhanyak, Haritaki and Bilwa in the form of freshly prepared kadas. If there is dark colored Vata Pradhan Vikruti is seen and there is dark colored motion, you can use Soot Shekhar and Praval Panchamrut with Adrak Swaras. And Madhu or Kutajarishta can be used as an Anupan for this particular combination. Raktatisar or Pittatisar, a very easily available medicine and very effective is Amrapatra, Amlaki Patra and Jambu Patra Swaras. You can freshly get the leaves anywhere around and ask the patient to get 2 spoons of Swaras of each of these patras, and you can give it with Gogrit or Madhu. So this will help to stop Pitta Tisar or Rakta Tisar immediately. Nagkeshar and Bilva Churna with the help of good is also relieving instantly with the Rakta Pravrutti as well as pain in such conditions. Anal pain is subsided very easily. Bal Hirda and Jirak can be given, where the Bal Hirda and Jirak has to be done a Bharjan Sanskar. तुपावर थोडंसं भाजून घ्यायचंय. You have to just do a Bharjan Sanskar and you can give it in a QID dose with Tandulodak. So this is again one of the homemade remedies that we can use. कफज अतिसार और स्टिकी म्यूकस लाइक मोशंस, आव पडणं आपण ज्याला म्हणतो, यू कॅन यूज लोह भस्म अँड लोकनाथ रस विथ मधु इन द फॉर्म ऑफ चाटन. So you can give in a लेह्य अवस्था. Vomit and diarrhea, again you can use Lajjalu, Musta, Ativisha, Shunthi, Ushir, Kutaj, Indrayav, Dhataki and Bilva in a kada format. You have to give it muhur because in diarrhea, if we going to give a large amount of dose immediately, the diarrhea might be persistent and medicines won't be able to give the impact. So muhur or chatan avastha or in slow sip by sip format, the kadas can be given, so that can be more and more useful. Ayurvedic management of Atisar with specific conditions like swelling and Atisar, you can go for a combination of Devdar, Musta, Ativisha, Marich, Patha, Kutaj and Vidanga in Kada. In a Sutika Avastha, Jirakadya Arishta is one of the classical medication. Soot Shekhar Rasayan Ras je ahe te ugalayache hai, and you can give with Adrak Swaras and Madhu in a chatan format, so that will help to cover Sutika Atisar. Antrashodh, in any kind of abdominal discomfort, pain and Atisar, you can go with Rasaparpati, Jasad Basma with Bhringraj Swaras. You can give this combination or this dosage in dividing 3 doses, morning, noon and evening, TDS dose. Now, Mansik Aghat, that is Bhayaj Atisar or Shokaj Atisar, we can use Abrak Basma and Varatika Basma in 250 and 125 mg combination along with Draksharishta BD. Krumi and Atisar, you can use Sanjeevanvati and Krumi Kantak Ras BD. Summer diarrhea in children, Sir has spoke very nicely and elaborated the topic, but just drug of choice can be Shankhavasma, we can use it. Pathya, you can use Tandulodak and Moong Dal Kadan. Tandulodak is again Bhataji paste. Use 2 spoons of rice, 2 cups of water, boil it, and only the watery aspect we have to drink it. That is called Tandulodak or Peya. Takachi Kadi, Takra Kadi can be used. Shadangodak Siddha Jal is again prescribed for patients for drinking water. Guduchi Siddhak Shirpak or Panchatikta Grut can be given. And Dadhi and Kaddali Fal, Kela and Katsa, Kela and Dahi, that can be given for a management of Atisar. Next comes to the liver disorders or Yakrut Vikar like Pandu, Kamla, Raktaj Vikrutis. As per Ayurveda, Yakrut Vikrutis can be very broadly spectrum, right? Jwar and Pandus are said to be Rasavas Throtas Vikrutis as per Ayurveda. So disease caused by virus such as hepatitis A, B and C, and disease caused by drug poisonings or adverse effects of drugs or too much of alcohol can cause liver disorders like fatty liver disorders or cirrhosis, etc. is what modern science says. So there might be stages of liver failure starting right from inflammation, the early stage to the fibrosis or cirrhosis or ESLD that we call end stage liver diseases. Let us find out where the patient is and we have to treat it accordingly. So Bahupitta Kamala can be caused because of excessive drinking of alcohol, whereas Ruddhapat Kamla can be a cause of any malignancy. So we have to search it accordingly and treat it. So before going to the management part, I just want to go for a quick check. Who is at the risk of liver disease and how we can prevent it? As we all know, liver consisting of two lobes, left and right lobe with gallbladder. The risk factor can be a viral infection, those consuming regular alcohols, obesities, high food, any genetic abnormalities or any injectile ileatic drugs. So that can cause hepatotoxic drugs can cause again liver disorders. Signs and symptoms can be very easily diagnosed like fever, nausea, diarrhea, fatigue, jaundice, paleness is some of the signs and symptoms of liver disorders. For preventions, we can go for vaccinations, exercises, limit the alcohol, use of safe medications which are not hepatotoxic and nephrotoxic, good diet, and obviously Ayurveda will play an important role. And wherever there is a Dhanvantari Adhikar, go for a surgery itself. No need to stress the patient and sab main hi theek karunga is not a good sign. So where there is surgical intervention needed, we have to go for it. Ayurvedic management of liver disorders, basic rules for doing any liver treatment has to be Raktavardak medicine should be given at Vyanudana Kal. As per Ayurveda, we have medication timings, right? So Vyan Udan Kal is something Vyan and Udan, which is above our navel part. So Sthan of Vyan Vayu and Udan Vayu is Uro Kanta Charo Buddhi likewise, right? So Prano Atra Murdaha. So these are the shloks that we are known of. So they are above the Nabhi. So whenever we are eating the food and after the food we are taking the medicine, it will be working on Vyan and Udan Vayu. Whereas those medications we have to work on Apan Vayu, that is below the Nabhi region. We have to consume the food first and then we have, consume the medication first before meal and then we have to get the food part. So that will remain below. So that will work on Apana Karya Kshetra. So Apane is before meal and Vyanodane is after the meal. So most of the Raktavardak medicines has to be given on Vyan and Udan Kal. Bathing is compulsory for the patients of Kamala because body should not get dry. The pores which are getting blocked up should be opened up and they can sweat out the toxins and liberate the toxins from sweats, and that will make you more and more fresher. Rakta Basti is quoted in Ayurveda as a treatment for emergency management of Raktakshay, where you can use Rakta plus Dashamulkwat plus Truna Panchamulkwat plus Durvaswaras and Madhubasti. Now, this is not the treatment that we will be doing at our OPD levels every day, but just I mentioned this because there are emergency conditions which are tackled by Ayurvedic ways. Just because the patient don't come to us, we can't use it in this particular manner, but if patient comes, surely we can use it. We had seen these conditions and used it under the able guidance of our respected teachers, and with the proper setups we can surely use such kind of medications. But again, other than that, we have Devdali Nasya, which might not cure the disease but will surely help you to reduce the symptoms and accelerate the treatment procedures. Rice and milk in pathya, doodh bhatacha pathya, which has to be very important to keep some rest for the liver from a digestion part. Don't give any heavily cooked food to digest because more and more work of a liver has to be done in such condition. Use of leafy vegetables are advised in Pandu and Kamala. So for Kamala, what we can use as a management is Suvarna Suchekar Ras or Mauktik Yukta Kamduda Prawal Panchamrut 250 mg BD. Falatrikadi Kada, that is Triphala, Amruta, Tikta, Bhunimba, Vasa, Haridra. This can be given in BD after meal in form of Kada. Haritaki with Dadhi Mastu is one of the classical medicines in Ruddhapat Kamla, where Bhedan Karya is expected of Dadhi Mastu. Rasayan Chikitsa for post Kamla patients can be done with the help of Chavanprash Avleha, Amlakadya Avleha, Amruta Sattva, Praval Pishti in the morning, nil by mouth. So before having any food, you can give such kind of Rasayan Chikitsa. Increased bilirubin, Rasna Vrushadi Basti is again one of the good medication. Liver abscess, and for the patients of liver abscess, we can use Sacharadi Tel, Varunadi Kada, Suvarna Makshik plus Praval Pishti, Jaloka Ucharan, Guduchi and Kutaj Siddhak Shir Bastis can be used. In sickle cell anemia, if somebody comes to you with known case of sickle cell anemia, classical medication that you can use is Suvarna Bhasma, Soothshekar Ras and Assal Guduchi Sattva. You can give this medication once in a morning or on a BD dose as per the patient's condition and age, weight, etc. You can use this classical medication along with Raktapachak and Medopachak medications. You can treat the sickle cell anemia very easily with pure Ayurvedic medications. Kamlajanya body ache is there, you can go for Tapyadi Loha, that will immediately relieve with the body ache. Ayurvedic management of liver disorders where Kamalajanya Shwas is seen, you can use Mandur Bhasma 125 mg. For Koshta Ashrit Kamala, you can go for Haritaki 6 parts, Adranisha 3 parts and Loha Bhasma 1 part. Used with warm water for 15 to 21 days and you will see a good result. Known case of hepatitis B, line of treatment will be Falatrikadi Kada, as I told you previously. Go for BD post meals. Suvarna Soothshekar Ras 125 mg BD. Kumari Asav number 3 and 4 teaspoons QID. Bhumi Amlaki Ghanavati 250 mg BD before meal, and Panchamrut Loha Gugul or Abhayadi Gugul can be given TDS. So this can be a classical treatment for hepatitis B. Liver malignancy, again, for such conditions, we are requesting you to go for an advice of an expert. You can either refer to the someone known person nearby, or you can still advise some malignancy reports, etc. But the basic line of treatment I will be sharing with you over here is Tapyadi Loha 75 mg TDS. Ekeri Shuddha Tamra Bhasma 10 mg BD with milk can give you a magical result. But let me clarify you, getting Shuddha Tamra Bhasma is not that easy. So you have to trust the person who is supplying you. So pharmacies which are producing or claiming Shuddha Tamra Bhasma, you can go for checks. There are various checks like putting it on a water, Varitaratva and Dadhi that can be turning black. Likewise, there are some checks that you have to use it before going for it. Kavat Churna and Kutki, Nimba, Tamra Bhasma and Kajjali, that can be helpful in liver malignancy. Sharpunkak Shar with Madhu is again a classical medication. So this can be used in proper ways. Sir, I hope I have 10 to 15 more minutes, so I will be finishing up with the remaining slides. Hello?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yeah, okay. So for Pandu, again, I will be using first conclusion where and how it is produced, whether it is Mrud Bhakshan Janya Pandu or whether it is other part. So if it is Mrud Bhakshan Pandu, Janya Pandu, then Virechan is must. We can use Mrudu Virechan or Sneha Virechan in the form of Triphala Gruts, etc. Haritaki 20 parts and Loha Bhasma 1 part can be used for the treatment of Mrud Bhakshan Janya Pandu. Maticha formula is what one of the classical medicines, again issued by respected Jamadagni sir, where all kind of diseases related to mud can be treated over here. The classical answer for this is combination of drugs like Triphala, Haridra, Daru Haridra, Bringaraj, Mesha Shrungi, Shatavari and Punarnava. So this can be given to the patient with lukewarm water, BD or TDS, and that will help us. Yograj Kalpa from Charak, Pandu Chikitsa, where you can see Kashta Aushadhi and Rasakalpas are mentioned in Charak Samhita, that can be very helpful. Gajar Swaras, where red carrots has to be used 1 cup with 1 teaspoon of Grit Madhu, and Sita, that is sugar, 4 teaspoons can be used. Sangrahi Pandu, you can use Mandur Bhasma with Takranupan. Shukrajanya Pandu, we can use Nagabhasma, Vangabhasma and Hirakbhasma 125 mg each with Drakshasa. Raktastrav Pandu, we can use, just a second. Hello? Yes, sir. Yeah, sir, sure. Okay, sir, I will do that. I will do that. Yeah, sure. Yeah. Yes, so sorry for the technical issues. Still, if I was not audible, the slides, I hope they are easily understood. So for Rakta Stravjanya Pandu, we have to first find out why the Rakta Strav is happening, treat it that, and along with that, we can use Shatavari or Muslik Shirpak that can be helping us to treat the Rakta Stravjanya Pandu. Krumi Patanjanya Pandu, we can use Pug or Supari Churna, 500 mg TDS. Pineapple Swaras can be used. Pumpkin seeds, 21 seeds daily for 7 days can give you very good results. Rasadhatu Janya Pandu, Hetu can be excess amount of tea, coffees, juices, preservatives in packed juice, or Sankirnashan like Tak Bhat, etc. can cause you Rasadrushti, and that can lead to Pandu, where Haritaki Rasayan from Charak will play a very important role and very magical impact can be seen. Arsha plus Pandu, we can use Gauda Rishta 4 teaspoons BD. Abrak Basma can be used 250 mg with Panchakola. So Krimi and Pandu, again we have Krumikantak Ras 500 mg with Vidanga Rishta or Abhaya Rishta. Tridosh Janya Pandu or pernicious anemia, we can use Panchananavati, Rasayan Yograj from Charak. Mustadi Yapan Basti and Majja Basti 100 cc can be very useful. Stomatitis or Mukhapak, again we have to see what are the hetus. Most of the time excess amount of tobacco chewing, etc. or Malavashtamba or Raktadrishti can be a reason for Mukhapak. Stomatitis in general term which is used for inflamed or sore mouth and can disturb the person's ability to eat, talk and sleep. So the Ayurvedic management for this can be Morchud Lahi 125 mg can be used with banana and we can chew it and eat it. So this is again very good medication. Amlaki plus milk can be used for a gandush or a lepan part that will help us. Bringarajaso, that is again one of the good medications. Redness of tongue, if it is seen, we can use Shatapatradi Churna, Chavyadi Churna or Tankan plus Madhu. That is also very helpful, so we can use that in such conditions. For Mukha Dharan, we have various medicines which can be used as per the signs and symptoms. If there is much amount of redness seen, we can use milk over there for Dharan and Gandush. And if there is redness, milk. If there is burning sensation, we can use again over there. Any medicated grith or a plain go grith can help us. If there is itching and irritation sensation, we can use coconut milk, or we can chew the raw and fresh coconut. That can help us. Stiff jaw, or if it is difficult to open mouth, we can use raw banana and Yashtimadu Churna. Foul smelling with ulcers, we can treat this with Chavyadi Churna or Badarpatra, Borachi Pana or Jati Patra. Just chewing these conditions can help us a lot. Dryness of mouth, we can use Siddha Gritas or Dinka Yukta Balatil Nasya will be very helpful. Most of the time, classical medicine as per allopathy has to be B complex. We use B complex tablets and Bicasul, etc. and that relieves the condition. But we have to find out why the B complex deficiency is. And I think in the initial lectures, somebody has told that metformin is again long use of the medicines like metformin can cause B complex deficiency. So surely we have to check what are the medications patient taking, and that is not any adverse effect of any medications. Coming to the next part is Krumi. Ayurvedic management of Krumis or worm infection. Sir has spoke yesterday, Amit sir, so I will finish it up very fastly. Krumi infections can be seen at any age group, but mostly in small kids because they have a tendency to pick up anything and put it in the mouth. So infections are very easily transferred to the body. So Krimi Lakshans in small patients can be, children can be, ear temperature is less as compared to cheek. So cheek is bit hotter and ears are bit colder. Sleeping on stomach, पालथं झोपणं, पोटावर झोपणं. So this is again a diagnostic sign. Itching from the bahirmukh strotas like nose, ears, eyes. Patients keep on itching the conditions. These sites that will be a lakshan, diagnostic sign for Krumi. Vidangarishta is drug of choice in all patients we can use. Ajmoda and Good is very good Krumigna medicine. Ajibaicha Batwa we can use. Ova everybody has in home. Good or Jaggery is at home. So in Sama Praman, just you can use it, make a tablet format and chew it out. That is very good Krumigna. Pranava Strotas symptoms, if are seen in Krumic patients, we have to use Krumi Mugdaras. And if there are Annava Strotas symptoms like pain in abdomen or acidity or excess eating, you can use Krumi Kuthar Ras. Small kids, we can use Bal Chaturbhadra Ras with Vidangarishta, or Ela and Vachak Shirpak can be given to them. School going kids, Brahmi Vati and Vidangarishta is combination very useful. Krumi Patan Yog, we can give Divya Jal Basti in excessive Krumis. A magical medication which you can try out at your OPD levels. 1 liter of water, 5 gram of soda lime. खायचा चुना जो असतो तो available at any pan shop. You can keep it with you. And Karanja Tel 10 ml. So make it in a 1 liter format, mix it up, lukewarm water and all these medications, stir it properly. And I don't have to give 1 liter of basti over there. It depends on patient size, age, year and weight, etc. So that depends SOS how much of amount of basti has to be pushed, but it immediately comes out. So no matter if it is 100 ml or 250 ml or even 500 ml, but this is just a ratio to prepare the medicine which I had told you. And how much amount it is going in and coming out, that doesn't matter. Once the enema is passed out, you can see actual live Krumis coming out. This is the magical medication that you can use. Walking in sleep and talking, Krumi Pachan Aushadas with Vachak Shirpak is very important. Tinea infections, you can give Gandhak Rasayan, Lagu Manjishtadi or the Drugna Telams. Prakruti Vigat of Krumi, you have to use red pumpkin seeds, 21 seeds daily with 7 days for adult dose. You can reduce the dose as per the patient. If it is small patients, divide the dose. Pug or Supari Churna, 500 mg to 5 gram BD. Krumi Gana Basti we can give, or pineapple juice. Palash Beech Churna is very useful in old patients, and Indriya and Antra Shaitilya is seen. Skin disease and Krumis we can use Bakuchi. Pandu and Krumi we can use Gomutra. Bhunimbadi, Buddhimandya and Vak Sangya we can use Brahmi Swaras. So